everyone, and welcome to the official opening of Fortitude Valley State Secondary College. I would particularly like to welcome Minister Grace, who is here today to officially open our school. We're exceptionally proud of our school, and I think you will see and hear that today. I'm very pleased to welcome our special guest today, the Honourable Trevor Evans MP, Federal Member for Brisbane, Councillor Vicky Howard, Brisbane City Council Central Ward, Peter Kelly, Deputy Director General, Elisa Underhill, Director, Building Future Schools, Gillian Hamlin, PNC President, Professor Margaret Shield, Vice-Chancellor and President, together with representatives from QUT, Mark Breckenridge, QSPA President, Jack Hutchinson, Associate Director, Hutchinson Builders, representatives from our project management team from the Department of Education, Hutchinson Builders, Cox Architecture, Thompson Adset Architects and DCWC project managers. Representatives of our Fortitude Valley community, principals and supporters of our school. And of course, most importantly, our staff and students. Representing our students today, I would like to introduce our student representatives. I will ask them to stand. Are you going to stand? And I'm going to introduce you. Sorry, Manny, who is one of our representatives, has injured himself and is on crutches. So I was just checking whether he was going to stick his head around the corner, but you will see Manny shortly. So representatives today, Ewan, Olive, Jake, Manny, Rebecca, Alana, Max, Fuad, Sophie, Eros and Sharuthi. Thank you and welcome on behalf of your fellow students. And now you can sit down. Unfortunately, we were not able to invite our wonderful parents to attend today. We do have representatives from our PNC here, but we are live streaming. So a very warm welcome to our parents and carers who are joining us from the other side of a screen. It is now my pleasure to introduce Tribal Experiences. Tribal Experiences is owned and directed by Yagara Turrbal Tribe spokesperson Shannon Ruska, a collective of the Brisbane Tribe and further East Coast tribes of Australia. Members of Tribal Experiences have performed for the Queen of England, Sir Richard Branson, President Vladimir Putin and President Barack Obama, just to name a few. The group has travelled globally to represent Australian companies in many countries. Performing over 300 times a year in our great city of Brisbane, we have them here today to conduct a tribal ceremony. Please welcome the Tribal Experiences Aboriginal dancers.
How is everyone this morning? That's good. My name's Shannon Ruska, and we got the Tribal Experiences Aboriginal Dancers, a collective of not only the Yagara and Turrbal people of Brisbane City, but many tribes that are surrounding and also up and down the east coast of Australia. And we're a proud bunch of people that like to showcase our culture, not only from the Brisbane region, but surrounding areas as well. We are Tribal Experiences, and we're also developing our new branch, which is Tribal Education Queensland. Tribal Education Queensland is hoping to embed in all of the schools across Queensland to help you develop Aboriginal activity, making sure that every school gets something. We're finding that a lot of schools are missing out, and even the smaller schools in the smaller areas, they're missing out on a lot of culture that I think that is not only the fabric of Aboriginal Australia, but the fabric of Australia in general. If we're to tell our story, we need to start from 65,000 years ago to the modern day. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Tribal Experiences Aboriginal Dancers. Amukan bang araba wanjada wara bang bang araba maraba bana arba wada da amukan bang araba wanjada yo nan yakara ngoro yo nan ya tora bor ngoro Yo, wait. Welcome. That was our welcoming dance. To welcome you in the good ngoro, the good spirit. This next dance I'd like to do for you is one which relates to a place not too far from here called Yugara or Yowogara or Yagara. And it's a place called Breakfast Creek. Now there's a dreaming story from a long, long time ago that connects the people from here to Moreton Bay and also out down towards the Gold Coast and the Sunshine Coast. And the elders told it in a dream time method, because when our elders would talk about these mystical animals that they spoke about, and they were so big and large, when they taught us in a kid fashion. And from when we were little, the reason why was not because they were behind the time. The reason why is there's a song, and when we went to kindergarten, let me know if you've heard this song before. We all learnt one. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Well, since we were little, that got subconsciously locked into the back of our minds from kids. We'll remember that till the day we're gone. But what did that do? That taught us how to learn the alphabet, spell, and use English language. So from those little things is how the elders would educate us. And it might be mythical stories to you, but it's the landscape of Australia, geography and science and all these different things that are embedded into it as well. This song is about the goanna, and the goanna is Yo Wo Gara. Yeah, yo, Before we finish up, we'd like you all to stand up on your feet for a second, please. There's one thing when we gather. When we gather, we like to do share stories, and we also like to share songs and dances. Back a long time ago, there was no TV, so we'd dance about sunsets and all different things. And when the night went down, we'd light the bonfire, and all the tribes gather when they were called in. And then we'd share a dance and a story, and you'd share a dance and a story. But we're going to share a dance that you're going to boogie with. Are you ready? The dance is called Shake a Leg. All right? Do it all together. John Dales? All right, we want the ladies to be watching young Mickey here with his hand up. Ladies watching that man there. He's going to show you how to do your dancing. And the guys are watching all the other guys holding their hand up right now. They're going to show all the guys how to shake a leg. Basically, the ladies need to put their hands behind their back, put one foot in front of the other, and they're going to slide and shuffle their feet. The men, they're going to, there's not much room at COVID-19. We need to keep our hands behind our back and squat like we're going to the too much info. All right. And watching those guys when they do their dance, all the boys watching those men that have bent their knees, and the ladies watching the gentleman in the middle. Are we ready? Set and go. Start now. Go, 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 go. Hey, go again. Last time. Thank you very much. You can now take a seat. You can also do those dancing at the next blue light disco. Our last song and dance before we go outside to make a fire. We're going to conduct a smoking ceremony, one about a blessing that we do at different places, at the schools or different buildings that are happening. And in our culture, it's always good to be blessed by the traditional owners of the land. No matter where we go in Australia, we'll ring them up or find out who they are and ask if we can get a blessing from them. The blessing goes in a few different manners, which is welcome to country, smoking ceremonies. They're the common ones that are used today. This song and dance is about blessing Mother Earth before we begin. Without Mother Earth, not one of you are going to survive. She provides these clothes on our back. Think where it comes from. She provides that roof over your head, those lights. She provides that cement, the flooring on the ground. Nearly everything, the car you drive in, it all comes from our Mother Earth. You see, there's one thing that you have to remember, that us as Aboriginal people have a strong affiliation with the Mother Earth and also the Father in the sky, now the Creator. Now, the Mother Earth, when we don't have a mum and dad, think about everything that she's providing you, or providing that friend that doesn't have a mum and dad. Everything. Everything. That's why we call her our mother. Your Thank you, and we'll see you later on. Yura.
Thank you, Shannon, and the Tribal Experiences dancers. Can we give them another round of applause to say thank you? 2020, what a year to open a school. There's a saying, a house is built by hands, but a home is built by heart. I think that this applies to schools as well. Schools are more than buildings. Great schools are built by heart. When I was appointed in 2018, I was a principal with no buildings, no students, and no staff. The school started to become a reality when I saw the amazing Cox concept designs. From these designs, I could begin to imagine what the buildings and grounds would look like, but it was hard to imagine what the school would look like because it's the people who make a school. Throughout 2019, our staff grew and we started to welcome students and parents. We started to work with QUT and our community, and our hearts started to beat because it's you, our students, our staff, our parents and community who make these amazing buildings into a school. You are the heart of Fortitude Valley State Secondary College. Over the past 2 years, we have worked with QUT to develop a partnership which reflects our department's aspiration for every student to succeed and QUT's real-world brand. So far, the collaboration between our school and QUT has exceeded my expectations in so many ways. Yesterday, I experienced one of the highlights of my year, and it's because of this collaboration. Throughout this term, students and staff in one of our courses, Global Venture, have been working with Marissa Lindquist and her students from the School of Design in the Faculty of Creative Industries. Students from QUT and FVSSC have been working on a similar project to design a piece of furniture for our school. After expert mentoring from Marissa and her students and incredible support from their teachers, our students presented their furniture prototypes to fellow students and staff. I had to keep reminding myself that the students presenting were only in Year 7. Not only did they demonstrate critical and creative thinking, they spoke with expertise and in real-world contexts about the user's experience, ergonomics, mathematical equations, collaboration, and materiality. I genuinely cannot wait to see what's next for this partnership. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge some very important people to the success of Fortitude Valley State Secondary College. The project management team, Department of Education Building Future Schools Director Elisa Underhill and Project Coordinator Rebecca Murphy, the DCWC team, Paolo Moretti, Alex Campbell and John Brew, Christina Cho, Stephen Harth, Richard Colson from Cox Architecture, and Chad Brown, Randall Williams, Blake Challen, and Bianca Deluzio from Thompson Adset Architects, and of course, our incredible building team from Hutchinson Builders, Mitch Grimmer, Kian Vosper, as our project director and project manager. It has been my privilege to work with you over the past 2 years. You brought more than just your experience, skills, and expertise to this project. You also added heart. Thank you for challenging me to be bold and to think big when considering the potential for our school. You have influenced far more than the design and build of Fortitude Valley State Secondary College. Thank you to our fantastic Parents and Citizens Association, especially Gillian Hamlin and the Executive Committee members Megan Crawford, Veronique Levy and Joe Sverenson, who are here today representing our parent body. You have already demonstrated that, despite the challenges of 2020, you are committed to working with our school staff to provide a great opportunity for our students. At FVSSC, our vision is to create a community of agile learners who are bold, resilient and kind. We aim to be the best school in the universe, not because we are better than any other school, but because we're aiming to be the best that we can be. So I want to thank our students and staff for living our vision and values every day. It fills me with pride when I see and hear the ways that you are all creating the best school in the universe for yourselves and for our current and future students. I would like to pay special tribute to the college leadership team. Thank you for your support. Opening a school is hard work and much of the responsibility falls to you. It involves constant change and asking ourselves every day, what's next? Thank you, Deputy Principals Nathan Maddox and Callie Nielsen, Business Manager Lisa Lavelli, Heads of Department Francis Constantine, Sam Cowley, Julie Curtis, Sarah Milner, Manette Montemayor, Alex Rados and Dylan Roach, and Guidance Officer Erin Margaritis. I would also like to thank Tom Ruck. Tom is not part of our leadership team, but he is certainly our IT superhero. One of the great opportunities of opening a new school is starting traditions. It is particularly fitting that we started this morning with that very special performance by Tribal Experiences. This area of Brisbane is an important Aboriginal cultural heritage site. The area is known as Barambin and has been a site of learning for centuries, a site where knowledge has passed from one generation to another. We are very proud to continue the tradition of sharing knowledge on this site, and to honour the people who came before us, we have named our beautiful treehouse building Barambin. As you all walked in this morning, you may have noticed our framed photos. Last year we started a tradition of taking a Polaroid photo of our students as they enrolled and staff when they started work. Thanks to our schools officer Che Mead and Deputy Principal Callie Nielsen, we have a beautiful way of remembering those special first days for each student and staff member. Since those first days for each of us, there have been so many amazing moments. I could actually spend the rest of the day sharing some of those moments with you. But instead, I'd like to share a video with you that I think is the best way to show you the heart of our school. The video was created by Minette Montemayor. My sincere thanks to Minette and her very able assistant, Frances Constantine. At the start and the end of this clip, you'll see an animated heart, which was created by one of our students, Simone. When Minette sent the video to me earlier this week, she said that it was very hard to capture this year in 5 minutes. As I sat and watched the video, I was filled with pride, just a few tears. Thank you, Simone, Miss Montemayor, Miss Constantine, and all the stars of this video. I'm proud to present to you the heart of Fortitude Valley State Secondary College, where we are creating a community of agile learners who are bold, resilient, and kind.
I drive over the hill from my house to come here every morning, and I see this big gold beacon in the valley shining in the morning light, and it is just a privilege to be here every day.
Well, being a foundation student is pretty cool because you're the first students of Fortitude Valley or whatever school you go to. You have to set the standards of the school and yeah.
Well, it's really amazing being a foundation student, and it's a really a once in a lifetime opportunity because not many people get to do it, and we get to build up the culture of the school and set the standards.
I have 2 siblings coming, and I reckon it's good to be a foundation student because I can help them and many other students get ready, because this is different to other schools. Because other schools may be a little laid back or maybe a little stricter, but this school is way interesting, more interesting than other places, and it probably not many kids are used to it, so it'd be good to help people out if you're a foundation student.
My highlight of the year would be probably the Big Valley Splash, which is our swimming carnival, and I really enjoyed it because it's different to your normal swimming carnival. You get all the races and stuff, but we had this thing where you'd go on these inflatable fish, and you'd have a race, and they were really fun, and they were these different, and I really enjoyed it because I came third for my age champion.
I look forward to seeing my friends and to participating in all of the different subjects and to see my teachers.
On the first day of school was really cool because they rolled out the red carpet, so we felt really special. And just walking down the red carpet into the school, it was really cool, and they had the Minister of Education and those people, and it was really cool just feeling special and important on that day.
Foundation staff member means that we get to establish the culture within our team, within our college. It means that we can build and foster the values of our college of bold, resilient and kind, and we've been very fortunate enough to hand select every staff member of our support team based on their individual strengths and what they can bring to our college.
My highlight for this year, it's really hard to sum up into one because I do have a couple. It's the supportive network with the teachers and the leadership team and everything. The relationships we build with the students, they're a great bunch. They enjoy the help, and just being able there and seeing those little successes, being able to be a part of that is something I'm really proud of at the moment.
Oh, I'm very proud to be a foundation staff member. I think it's something very, very special. It doesn't come around a lot for many educators, I think. And yeah, I'll definitely look back on this part of my career and think, wow, that was amazing.
Working with the wonderful staff that we have, so we just got unbelievable staff together. Getting the kids to come in and working with our kids and just seeing how creative and imaginative they can be.
thing I look forward to most about coming to work is the people. So not only are the students fantastic to work with, and we're really starting to see their personalities come out and they're venturing outside of their shells now, but the staff are really fantastic to work with too. We've built some really strong teams so far within the school in a very short amount of time, which I think is just testament to how much everyone wants to be here and wants to do this work collaboratively. So I really look forward to the people.
Only a few tears. Right. I'm actually now going to hand over the officiating to some of our amazing students. So I'm going to hand you now to Ewan, and he is going to make the next introduction.
Good morning, and as Ms. Barker mentioned, my name is Ewan. It is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Gillian Hamlin. Ms. Hamlin was elected to the position of Foundation PNC President in 2019 and re-elected this year. Ms. Hamlin's son, Asher, is in Year 7, and Ms. Hamlin is very proud to be a Foundation parent and to be working with such a keen and motivated PNC executive.
Good morning, Minister Grace, Ms Barker, special guests, teachers, and most importantly, our Foundation students. My name is Gillian Hamlin, and I'm President of the PNC. 2 years ago, I met Ms Barker in what was to become the temporary administration building. It was a really hot day, but Ms Barker was very gracious and made no mention of the fact that my face was the same colour as the dress I was wearing. We went on to discuss the vision that has become FESSC and has seen my son Asher join all of you at the best school in the universe. From the initial meeting with Ms Barker to now, as a Foundation parent, I continue to be amazed by all that this school has achieved. When I was asked to speak on behalf of all the families in our school community, I sought input from Matilda's mother, Ms Crawford, as we all know how much we all loved doing group work. Living in the area, like other families, we have watched the school take shape. And as the Barrama building was unwrapped like a present, I have to admit feeling more than a little envious of our students as they continue to experience such astounding learning spaces. I've recently accepted that desalinated water and recycling drinking water is the way forward, thanks to Miss Blythe. And whilst Miss Kidd has ensured that I will check my burgers in future so that they are not made of Play-Doh, I'm still learning. Often in my role, I speak to your parents and carers. They are also very proud of you and continue to be astounded by your learning and interaction with not only each other, but with the world around you. I know at times it is difficult to be the first in undertaking new experiences and setting the standards, but please know that we, your family, see you, and we are just so proud of you. Every one of you should be so proud that you have not only started high school, but have also remained connected as individuals and with each other, whilst managing all that we have asked of you during these unparalleled historical events that are currently occurring in the world. What makes our school unequalled is that you, your peers, and teachers have the unique and powerful ability to shape and influence the surrounding community. We, your families, are aware of this and are very much in awe of the cultural connection that is occurring now and will be built upon even more in the future. What a great time to be a learner, especially with new careers available that weren't even imaginable when your parents were at school. Careers such as professional ethical hackers or veterinary acupuncturists, and perhaps even space bandits are now reality, not something to just ponder. So much diversity in all your choices, and the best thing is that now you no longer have to have a career for life. We now know that it's commonplace for people to have 2 or 3 or more careers in their lives. Isn't that right, Mr. Ashby? The point is that you can do anything and you're creating the structures for your success every day. So in this, the most intriguing of years, as a foundation parent, I look forward to watching our student community grow again with the next intake of students in 2021. This will ensure our foundation year continues to develop with agility and wisdom, all the while caring for each other and our school each and every year moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hamslin. Good morning, everybody. My name is Olive, as you know. Hutchinson's builders were appointed to build our beautiful school in 2018. We're very proud of our amazing buildings. Mr. Jack Hutchinson is the Associate Director of Hutchies, which is a company that is recognized as one of the leaders in the building industry. We are very happy to welcome Mr. Hutchinson to speak today. Thank you.
Thanks very much, and thanks to all the students, parents, and all the ministers, the principal, and all the official party. Hutchies are and also Jake, who showed me in earlier. Thanks, mate. Hutchies are very honoured to build this and to work with the state government. We've built many schools in our 108-year history, but none quite like this. This is the first of its kind in many ways, the first real vertical school, as well as the first school built in the area for a long time too. So yeah, I'll keep it brief, but Hutchies are just delighted and extremely honoured, and thanks for having me. Cheers.
Thank you, Mr. Hutchinson. Good morning, my name is Jake. Professor Margaret Schill has been the Vice Chancellor and President of QUT since February 2018. We have a very special collaboration with QUT, which has already produced some fantastic opportunities for us as students. In fact, this week we presented our furniture prototypes after working with QUT academics and students all term. We'd like to thank Professor Schill for being here today and providing us with real-world opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jake, and clearly you've got our brand already, so future student there. I too would acknowledge the traditional owners of the land where we meet, the Turrbal and the Yagara people. And this week we have an elder in residence now at QUT, Uncle Chegg, and he was singing his nephew's praises in Shannon and how well he's doing, and it was wonderful to see that performance. So Minister Grace, Sharon, Trevor Evans, Jack representing Hutchies, it's wonderful to be here. Also, I acknowledge my senior executive colleagues, Nick Smith, our Provost, Robina Xavier, our Deputy Vice-Chancellor Education, and Carol Nicol, our Executive Dean for the Faculty of Education. And wonderful to see so many staff and students here. It's just been a delight to be part of this partnership to develop the school, which really coincides with my time in Queensland. I started in February 18. It was very much high on the agenda of QUT in the partnership. I had the privilege of meeting Sharon when we selected her, and I think we chose pretty well. And it's been, reflecting on those photos as we saw Carol and Prue and others in those photos, it's been a great partnership. It's also wonderful that we are boasting some of our alumni amongst the teachers and the face of our Graduate Success Campaign, David Ashby. Thank you, David. I hope you're adjusting to your celebrity, and we do all know about your career and your career switching, and it's targeted at people that would consider teaching as a second or a third career, and it's wonderful that you've been part of that and your students were part of that. We've been very proud to be part of this community, and we've seen already the results of that. And I think I pay tribute here to Carol Nicol, who at the outset said, if this is going to work, we're really going to have a key person on our side who's going to drive the partnership and be the point of contact for the school and QUT. And she had the foresight to encourage us to appoint Prue Miles to that role, and I think Prue's been very critical to the relationship, and we see the results of that today. ranging from classroom furniture through to the design and aspects of the curriculum. So it's just truly a delight to be here at this final point of opening the building, and it's I think the start of a very long partnership for QUT in a very wonderful educational experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Shiel. My name is Alana, and I'm very pleased to introduce you to the Honourable Grace, Minister of Education and Minister for the Industrial Relations. Minister Grace is also our local member and is a great supporter of our school. She takes great pride in the redevelopment of the state, and particularly the refurbishment of the old school building. Please welcome Minister Grace to speak and then officially open our school.
Thank you so much, and can I start by joining Shannon Rusker and his team from Tribal Experiences in acknowledging the traditional owners and paying my respects to elders past, present and emerging. And can I acknowledge Alana for introducing me? Thank you very much. And to all the student representatives this morning, they welcomed me to the school, and they've done a great job this morning, and I want to thank them. Can I also acknowledge Foundation Principal Sharon Barker and all of your team, Sharon, your deputy principals, your heads of department, the teachers, the staff, business service manager, the whole lot. And I just want to commend you on that 5-minute video. It was outstanding. Whoever put it together did a remarkable job, and you were able to encapsulate this school in such a short time. So congratulations to you and your team. Can I acknowledge all the Foundation students, because really we're here today because of all of you. And you've certainly made this school very proud, and you should all feel very proud as well. And it is great to be here with you all. Can I acknowledge Trevor Evans? Can I acknowledge Councillor Howard? Can I acknowledge Reverend Wolf from Trinity Church? I think Reverend Wolf is here. Yes, here he is. Hi, good to see you. Can I obviously acknowledge my department? I've got Peter Kelly here and representatives of my department who have done a remarkable job in getting this school to where it is. To QUT Vice-Chancellor and President Margaret Shiel. Margaret, that collaboration with you and all your team, all the people you mentioned, I know this is going to grow into something fantastic, and I could hear through Sharon's voice how excited she is to see, and I'll say a little bit more about that, but it's a great collaboration, and we welcome you here as you were here when we got the keys handed over to the new building as well. To Cox Architects, Thomas Adson Architects, to Hutchinson Builders, Jack, great to see you here. DCWC project managers, of course, all the other distinguished guests that are in the room, but in particular, Gillian Hamlin, I loved your speech. You did a great job in pulling it all together about where your children are learning and what they're gaining. And I was here with you and other reps here of the PNC, which is an integral part of the school. I remember when you all got voted in, and I was astonished to see so many hands going up willing to do the work. So that enthusiasm imbues itself in the students as well. So Gillian, great to have you here as the Foundation President of the Fortitude Valley State Secondary College PNC, and to all your other colleagues that are here as well. To the parents that we have in the room, great to see you here, and it is exciting and a great way to round up term 3 of the school before the school holidays. It is truly amazing to officially open stage 1, and it is only stage 1 of the Fortitude Valley State Secondary College. We've invested around $100 million in construction of stage 1, and there's more to come in stage 2. As said previously, it is the first in a Brisbane City High School that has been built in 50 years. And take you on a bit of a journey, because I know this school's on a journey. I grew up in the 1960s on St Paul's Terrace, up the other end, on the corner of Isaac Street and St Paul's Terrace. And as a child, we used to walk past here. And if you had said to me growing up that one day you would be standing in a beautiful performing arts complex and opening a brand new high school as Minister for Education, I would have said you were crazy, and whatever fortune teller said that, I would have thought that they were certainly not a very good fortune teller. But here we are, and the beauty about this is the journey in life can take you to many different places as students. And it is about giving those opportunities and taking those opportunities. And I've been amazed every time I drive past and I see the new Barambin building, and I see how the students are engaging in their learning here. It is truly amazing, and opportunities and pathways is what always comes to mind, giving you those opportunities to do whatever you want in life. We've seen the amazing 7-storey building with its beautiful science labs and kitchens, and it was good to see them put to good use, Foundation Principal. The kids were in there, and they're amazing kitchens. I want one in my own house, let alone in this school. And what has been able to be achieved in the short time is really short of outstanding. We know that this doesn't just happen. This has created about 300 jobs in total when we were building this brand new school, about over 50 apprentices, and it was good to see that COVID-19 didn't stop the ability for us to meet our targets and our budgets and to be able to hand the building over, so you've been able to use it this year as well. It's been an incredible start to the year. We had the red carpet out, the Premier and I were here. It was wonderful to welcome you all to this school, and no sooner were you in your classrooms and you were learning back at home. And it's been an incredible journey, and it really has been one that I know all schools have been impacted. And can I acknowledge the other principals that are in the room from neighbouring schools? I see Lou Poulger and Michael from Brisbane Central and Kelvin Grove State Secondary College. We have all had to pull together to really make sure that we were able to continue the learning for students, and everyone has done a remarkable job, and it is good to see that Term 3 has been largely unaffected. So take a time out, students, to think about those year students that are in Victoria that have had to remote learn all of Term 3. And I was driving to Ripley Valley, where I opened 2 new schools there this week, where they said that over 50% of the total student population in the world is currently not attending schools. So it really has been an incredible World Health pandemic, but I think we're coming through it together, and we've done remarkable to be where we are here today. I am looking forward to opening Stage 2 in 2023. That grey building that you see in the corner will be the site for our new multi-purpose facilities and our year 10 to 12 new learning precincts. So students, you will never stop having new buildings in your life at schools, which is very unique because we don't open up new schools every day. 8 schools that we opened up this year is the most new schools opened in over 30 years. We've got 5 opening up next year and 4 in the pipeline for 22 and 1 in 23. And so they don't happen every day. So for the students and parents and teachers in this school to be able to enjoy these world-class, state-of-the-art facilities is really incredible, and you will keep enjoying them right throughout your high school journey, which is great to see. And I congratulate you all. I hear you won the Central District Sports Percentage Point Trophy at this year Inter-School Swimming Carnival. I knew you could do it. Well done. And I'm impressed to hear, and I really love this, and you can hear the passion in Foundation Principal Barker's voice when she talks about how the students are developing in the school, that you have each day you start with a mindfulness experience, and it's great to see that that's happening. And I believe you enjoyed your camp at Emu Gully, so that's good to hear as well. Look, it's good to see that QUT once again had a student that helped design the uniforms, and I think they look great. Who likes the uniforms? You all like them? They are really gorgeous, I know, and everyone looked very resplendent this morning, and that was a QUT fashion design graduate that do that. And so we go from uniforms now to designing furniture. The world is your oyster, and I join with Foundation Principal Sharon Barker to say it will become the best school in the universe. From the early days when this site was up for sale in 2017, you go forward a few years. We were here in 2018 when we all turned the sod, and here we are 2 years later. And Sharon, I thought I was out of an episode of Yes Minister when I had a principal with no school, no students and no staff. And but how quickly we have been able to transform this magnificent site into this magnificent world-class school. And it is a credit to everyone that is in this room here today in working collaboratively together to be able to deliver not only a world-class education, but world-class facilities for us all and the students to enjoy. A big shout out to Foundation Principal Sharon Barker, who has worked tirelessly, and it's been 2 years, just over 2 years now, Sharon, that you were appointed in September in 2018, and I know you and your team have worked tirelessly in bringing this school together. The professionalism that I see, the manner in which the students' behaviour and how they're engaging with the school is truly second to none. Everyone who meets Sharon and her team knows a pride and joy, and Sharon, in your speech today, we could sense the passion and the dedication that you and your team bring to the role, which is wonderful to see. And I want to thank you so much. You've done, in your team, an amazing job. Thank you everyone involved in bringing the Fortitude Valley State Secondary College to life. I know we've been delayed in the official opening due to COVID-19, but today is special. The last day of term 3, I'll send you on a couple of weeks holiday. You come back in term 4, we're back into it again, but it is absolutely, as a kid from Spring Hill, who now lives in Fortitude Valley and Tenerife area, who's grown up all my life in this area, from Italian migrants, from struggling, obviously, to find our place in the world, as you will, I'm sure. But this school will put you on the path to where you want to be, all of the students, those in front and behind me. And can I say how proud I am today, not only to be the local member for McConnell, but to also have the privilege as Minister for Education to be here with you all to officially open this wonderful Stage 1, $100 million Fortitude Valley State Secondary College. Thank you very much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and students of Fortitude Valley State Secondary College. I'm Alana Shonek from 7F. First of all, I'm here to talk about how awesome this school is. We have an amazing range of subjects like global venture, agile minds, and so on. But what I really want to talk about is how this school's the best in the universe. This school's the best in the universe because of all the opportunities that we get to have, like in global venture, when we make furniture designs, or in Future Fit, where we make a dish and give it to a company like Milkbox. and serve it on their menu. But what I'm really trying to say is Fortitude Valley State Secondary College is the best school that I could ever ask for. Thank you.
Hi. Today I want to begin my speech with 3 words: bold, resilient, and kind. You may have heard these words before, but for our school, they show our power. It's the best reason that we are the best school in the universe. And I want to tell you why these words are important. For us, we were resilient when in the soccer team we tied against other team, but in extra time we won, and then with that hope, it helped us to won the whole league. We were bold when we were creating the furniture for QT, and we learned about creativity and also teamwork. We were kind when we were learning about bullying in the making meaning and creative lab, and we learned to how to stay kind to each other. I hope we all learn the true meaning of these 3 words, and I hope these 3 words help us to provide productivity and also help others. Thank you.
What's the other one? I can't find my part. So I just want to say some words. I'm very thankful for the staff. They provided lots of opportunities to help us learn, and this is just why we're the best school in the universe. On behalf of our Principal Sparker, staff and students, we'd like to thank you all for being here to celebrate this very special occasion. As I hope you can tell, we're very proud of our school and look forward to our futures as foundation students at the best school in the universe. Tribal Experiences will now commence a smoking ceremony outside on the terrace. The Aboriginal custom allows us to acknowledge the ancestors, request their blessing, and pay respect to the land upon which our school stands. If the smoke may cause any discomfort, please exit through the doors on your left into the courtyard. Ms. Barker, Minister Grace, and guests, please exit through these doors so you can join the smoking ceremony. Students, please remain seated.